Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, this literally, and I mean literally, does not work. I am so excited. And I hate to admit it, Philly 500 was right. I did a live stream of Philly 500 on his channel, and we had some fun. We had some fun talking about the NFC East and, joking a little bit side to side and all that. But he said, well, Mark Holmes has got to go because he's got to do some more videos. And, well, let's face it, you know how it is over here with the Joe Boo Sports Report. We are always taking care of business and bringing you up to speed on everything that is the Dallas Cowboys. But I actually have something that's really, really cool. And I'm hoping that this is something that helps to inspire. Well, it'll inspire me. It'll inspire the man cave without a doubt. Sorry, I'm trying to get the microphones set up here. When you change angles, I've got to understand that you need to eat the mic. Pause. Because if you're not up here on the mic like this, when you turn away, you guys don't hear me. And I need you to hear me, so I need to adjust the mic up in here. And I know somebody had said that, it's not professional to see the microphone stand and all that. Well, you know what? I ain't getting paid like a professional, so we're just going to do YouTube. But I got something special here. This has been inspired by a couple of things. Joseph Heatherly has given me, actually, I can't show it right there, but on the desk here is a 1940 pickup truck, which looks a lot like the broke-ass media pickup truck, except it's in mint condition. And I was on eBay because I have the football gods, because this is where my old mind comes into play. CSA has a show this weekend, autograph signing show, but they're not actually having autographs. But when you got the email, you saw up here Mel Renfro and Larry Foote and some other players, just added. And I'm like, oh, my God, I can't believe it. They're actually going to have players there for autographs and one of the football gods. And I got all excited. I told you guys about it, that I was going to be there Saturday and Sunday. I will be there at least Saturday. Probably won't be there Sunday because there's no autograph signing. So while I was thinking that that they were going to have the autograph signing, I was looking online to find some memorabilia to try and get it in by the weekend to get it autographed. So I could give it away. And also I had a person ask me about the football gods. They're like, well, where did you get that? I want to get that. And so I looked on eBay, and I actually found one on eBay, and you don't want to know the price of it. But I found something else on eBay right here. And when I saw it, I was just like, oh, my God. Oh, I was like, it's more than I wanted to spend. But this is one of 277 of these. And this is not something that you can just get today. And see, back in the days when this kind of stuff was made, there weren't a whole lot of collectors and things like that. So this is a rarity. Now they make so many of these things, of memorabilia and stuff and the autograph signings, that it's not rare anymore. So I'm going to open this up. And let me make sure I'm careful. Well, shout out to them for packing the hell out of this thing, because it's definitely, oh my God. Wow. This is what I hope and pray that we can get back to the meaning of what this is. Any guesses? Anybody have a guess what I got here? Besides one hellacious, they guaranteed that it would get here in one piece. I can tell you, it definitely has gotten here in one piece. Good Lord. Okay, so I Is that the person who sent that? Okay. Are you ready? Are you sure you're ready? Oh my God. Okay, here it comes, guys. It's in its original package. Check this out. Number 3. Oh my God. Number 3 of 277. This, my friends. Boom. Oh, wow. Wow. The Doomsday Defense 2. Silver edition, serial number to 277. Only 277 of these were made, and this was the third. Visit NFL.com. 48 F1 pickup. Wow. You putting my feedback on eBay lets me know that I have received the auction. I will leave you positive feedback. I guarantee I'm going to leave positive feedback. In fact, I am going to send you this video as well. So this, of course, oh, look, oh my, can you guys see that? I can't take it out the box. I can't take this out of the box. Wow. It's got, look, the engine is, oh, wow. Okay, we're going to put this right up here. Oh, wow. Right there. Great defenses. Oh, my goodness. The Doomsday Defense. All right. When I was on Talking with Philly 500, it amazes me how much what is talked about by the talking heads just gets repeated. It's almost like an urban legend, and people will gravitate to it. You remember when Shannon Sharp said that Dak Prescott, oh yeah, they're winning games, but he can't throw the ball deep. He's the dink and dunk Dak Prescott, dink and dunk. Okay. So then when they got out of throwing the ball, short ball control offense, and started throwing the ball down deep, they said, yeah, but, it's empty calories. It's garbage time. Okay. So they deem anytime you are behind by 2 touchdowns, that's garbage time. That's what they basically say. Oh, well, with Dak Prescott, they behind by 40 points and stuff, and he brings them back and all that, but it's garbage time. Let me actually go to the Webster's Dictionary here to the definition of garbage time. Definition of garbage time. In the final moments or minutes of a game in which one side has an insurmountable lead, substitutes often enter the game in place of starting players. The scoring is typically easier because of loose defensive play. Quote, the forgotten foursome of Greg Kite, Fred Roberts, Sam Vincent, and Connor Henry will be called in case of extreme emergency, and those meaningless minutes appropriately referred to as garbage time. Gary Flynn. 1 touchdown was all the Broncos D allowed, and that came in garbage time. Paul Zimmerman. Okay. So, I want to ask you this. When the Buffalo Bills were playing against the Tennessee Titans, I think it was, and they were down by 31 points, and they came back and won. Frank Wright having the 2 biggest comebacks in college football and the NFL in history. Were those garbage yards? Were those empty calories? Were those meaningless? Did the Titans take their starters out and put in backups? Because I can remember the Cowboys being up by 21 points against the Lions, not once but twice. I don't remember them substituting players, but I remember the Lions coming back and beating us. I remember the Green Bay Packers down 26-3 against my Cowboys and coming back to win with Matt Flynn at the controls. So was that garbage time? And in today's NFL, where offenses are truly quick scoring, do defensive coordinators get up by 2 scores and then start resting their starters? I don't think so. Okay, so what we know is this is where all of these empty calorie bullshit sayings about Dak Prescott come from. And I just want to play a little bit of it.
Side of the ball and only one offensive skill player, Simi Fehoko. The 6'4" receiver out of Stanford was in the 5th round, and Fehoko told Clarence Hill Jr. that Dak texted him a couple minutes after he was drafted saying, quote, "Get ready to work. We're about to go light up the league." After signing a 4-year, $160 million contract extension this offseason, expectations are high for Dak and the Cowboys. So, Shannon, are you surprised Dak would text this to a 5th pick guy?
Yeah.
5th round pick guy.
Consider, hell, he might not even be there on the team for them to light it up. I wanted Dak to text him, "Hey, bro, we about to win some games, so get ready." Hold up, last year, Dak played 5 games. He's 1-3. He got hurt in the 5th game. Were they lighting it up, Skip? I want Dak to do some of this without them empty calories. I want them to be ahead and he throws for 400. Not when they down by 22 and he throws for 400 and they lose. And Skip Bayless come out here on a Monday and talk about my guy is a warrior. He fought to the bitter end. The end result was the same thing. Casualty. Yes, y'all terrible. You're going to be terrible again. And again, let me reiterate for those that didn't hear me last week. The Dallas Cowboys will not win the NFC East. They will finish 3rd in that division. And while you up here talking about lighting the scoreboard up, how about win some games? But you know what? People are gullible by nature. You know why? And there's no fan base more gullible than the Dallas Cowboys. You know why, Skip? Because Jerry Jones and players on that team come out every year. This is going to be our year. And those gullible, naive fans run out and buy all that paraphernalia. Super Bowl, baby. Have the little trophies made of tinfoil. Super Bowl, we're going to the Super Bowl. Cowboys, look at all it. Number 1. No, you're not. You're not going anywhere anytime soon. And I need you and you to tell your fan base to get that out of their heads. They're not going to the Super Bowl. So when you repeat that, we're not going to the Super Bowl. Say it with me. You shut your mother ass up.
All right, so you heard Samuel L. Jackson here. Okay, let's go through here again. All right, so I go back to this whole concept of garbage time. If garbage time means because your team is losing and it's easy to score points. And that's why Dak Prescott has all these empty calories. And if you take, because they say, well, over the last 2 years, he's such and such. If you take the 5 games he played last year and then the 16 the year before, he has 39 TDs, 14 interceptions, with a 66% completion percentage. And the way those numbers work out, and 6,758 yards. If you break that down to a game-by-game total, what that works out to is 1.8 TD passes a game, 0.60 interceptions per game, just a slightly above a half, and 320 yards. 321, excuse me. All right, so let's make sure we understand. Dak Prescott only has these numbers because it's garbage time, and of course, that's easy. So then I ask you, if we're comparing apples to apples, how come Andy Dalton didn't have the same kind of numbers when he took over for Dak? Why wasn't he lighting up the scoreboard? Why wasn't he getting tons of yards in garbage time? Because clearly they were losing most of these games pretty bad. He didn't. I asked that question with Philly 500 and crew, and they said, oh, because Andy Dalton's a bad quarterback. So I said, does that mean you're saying that Dak Prescott's a good one then? No, I'm not saying that. Okay, all right. So let's take one of the guys that yesterday they said, Matt Ryan is a better quarterback than Dak Prescott. Okay. The last 2 seasons, the Atlanta Falcons have been bad. If you take Matty Ice over the last 2 seasons, where they've been losing a lot, and he's throwing for a whole lot of yards and they're having major collapses, right? Clearly, those are garbage time statistics by Shannon Sharp's definition. So for comparison's sake, Matt Ryan is averaging 1.6 touchdowns per game to Dak Prescott's 1.8. Slightly lower. Not a lot, but slightly lower. Interception-wise, 0.78. Quite a bit. Almost a fifth more than Dak Prescott's on the interceptions. And he's throwing for 282 yards. 40 yards less than Dak Prescott. But isn't Matty Ice throwing in garbage time? Okay. Let's get another one. Because they also said Baker Mayfield should be ahead of Dak Prescott. Now, last year, they were a playoff team. Got to give that to them. The year before, they weren't. So we're just going to take the 2 years because some of those would have been in garbage time. If you take Baker Mayfield, his completion percentage is 61%. And they basically are more of a running team, right? Which is less by 5 than Dak Prescott. His touchdown rate is 1.5. A little bit lower than Dak's. His interception rate is almost 1 interception per game, 0.9. And he's only averaging 230 yards. So I ask you, how come we don't have garbage yards there? Okay. And again, you can say, well, they were a playoff team last year, so you can't talk about that being garbage yard. Okay, I'll give you that one. Sam Darnold, clearly, the Jets, which were the number 2 pick in the NFL, have been garbage for the last couple of seasons. They play a lot of games with garbage time in them. So, Sam Darnold, in garbage time, they are way behind every game. 60% completion percentage, 6 points below Dak. Touchdowns per game, 1.1. 3/4 of a touchdown less than Dak per game. And a full interception per game, and averaging only 209 yards. 112 yards less than Dak Prescott. So if garbage time, if by definition you're saying that, oh, the teams are way ahead, they're relaxing, they're taking players off, and so on, they know they've got the game won. Okay. Then how come nobody else seems to have yardage like that? I'll wait. The reality is you can't put that on Dak Prescott. Those numbers that he has on a team with a competent defense, they're deep in the playoffs. The amount of points that the Cowboys were on pace to score was going to be more points than anybody else in the NFL. And I dare say that the Dallas Cowboys, with Dak coming back, who should be comeback player of the year and could be possibly an MVP candidate. I know you'll laugh at that. I know the trolls will definitely be laughing at that. But that's the honest truth. This offense could be like a video game. It could be that good with CeeDee Lamb coming into a second year, Michael Gallup in a contract year. Amari Cooper is still, when healthy, uncoverable. With Zeke Elliott having a chip on his shoulder, with getting back Tyron Smith and La'el Collins, but actually having some better depth behind them as well. This offense is primed to light up the scoreboard. The only question will the defense help to keep the other team from lighting up the scoreboard as well? And I believe that we're looking at the doomsday defense, number 4. It's the beginning of it. I like what Dan Quinn is beginning to instill. Another question that one of the Eagle fans asked me is about this entitlement attitude that a lot of Cowboy players have. And I have to admit that she's 100% right, because you do have a lot of Cowboy players out there that figure I'm a Dallas Cowboy. And that means that entitles me to all of the greatness that the others before me did. and it doesn't. You have to carve your own way. And I think with Dan Quinn coming in and the way this draft was set up, that the writing's on the wall that you're going to be about it or you can be replaced. And that slice of humble pie, instead of having the anointing oil that, you know, if the owner ain't tripping, I ain't tripping. I think those days are gone. And I'm hoping and praying that this is the beginning of rebuilding. Forget these talking heads with the empty calories, the garbage time, the dink and dunk. They'll come up with something new. You know, the Cowboys will start winning. It'll be another reason why they will try and discredit Dak Prescott. Trust me, they will. Cowboys come through and win a division, they're going to go through and say, well, it was only a garbage-ass division. Look, you got the Giants. The Giants, man, they got Jason Garrett and Danny Dimes. Danny Dimes need to be replaced. Oh, what do you expect? The Eagles had Jalen Hurts. The guy only had 4 starts. And really, Washington, after winning the division, nobody repeats in the NFC East. The Cowboys just won by default, man. They didn't do nothing. You know it's coming. You know it's coming. But anyway, with that being said, I'm as about excited as I can be. I got to let my man know over here. Hey, I got to give him a big thank you for that piece. Man, the doomsday defense with the great defenses. That ain't a broke-ass truck. That's the real deal. But you know the deal.
Our coach here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the show for the Sports Report.
I wish.
You did one hell of a job, and the only thing else I got to say is,
how about them Cowboys?